Tony got to know about an interview through her cousin Michael, who already works there. Trust Nigerians and their connections. She seemed nervous but had to do this. She was interviewed by Amanda, the CEO of Blackbird Cafe. She was hard to impress by mere words, and Tony almost lost the job. But at the last minute, she started using emotional tactics. At home, Tony has prepared a wonderful meal, and everything was set for the night. Her husband, Rotimi, came home feeling tired. He had forgotten what the day was, the anniversary. Some men too they forget. I wonder. He apologized and promised to make it up to her. Wow, you looking so She was ready for the night, but clearly her husband wasn't ready for all this that night. This guy today talk until he can't spoil everything finally. Tony eventually got the job and started immediately. At first, things weren't easy, but with time, she started putting in more effort, started reading books. And the next time, she improved so well. Everything was going well until one certain day, a rich young man walked into the cafe. She told the man to wait outside, that the cafe is not yet open. Unknowing to her, she was actually talking to her boss, like the boss of her boss, Mr. Dominic. Chai, fuck up. She messed up though, it wasn't intentional. But one thing about rich people is that they don't have time. Wetin dey their mind na money, money, and more money. She thought it's about to happen, that finally they will fire her when her boss called her in a hurry. When actually just an errand, she was sent to Mr. Dominic's office to deliver a package to him. At the office, the man was nice to her and took notice of some little things about her, like the kind of flower she loves. But she was married. The next day, she received a flower from Mr. Dominic, though she thinks saying her husband sent them. That's her husband self, somebody that doesn't even know her wife's favorite flower. Okay, Mr. Dominic came again and tried getting to know her the more, but she was scared because she's married. After a meeting at the office in preparation for Valentine's Day, Mr. Dominic met Tony at the backyard. I won't lie, yo, I really learned some skills from this man. This man get better flirting skills, like the way he looks at her and stands really close to her, like at the verge of kissing her. She couldn't refuse such moves, and judging from the fact that her husband doesn't give her much attention like this, she was seductively made to follow him to his office for a second opinion in preparation for Valentine. In the car, her husband called her, and you need to see how this man was responding to her like she was nothing, answering her rudely right in front of Mr. Dominic just because she asked him how he was doing, because he had recently told her about his traveling out of the country to work for a whole 3 weeks. Okay, Mr. Dominic wasn't happy the way he spoke to her. Like, she's your wife, you gotta treat her with respect. But she kept on defending him. Why not? He's your husband now. But Mr. Dominic doesn't care, so he started flirting with her again and said some wonderful things to her, that she's special, and got to kiss her for the first time. Married woman. Oh. She got carried away, but soon got to her senses and had to get off his car. All day long, Tony kept thinking about the kiss, how pleasant it felt. That's so it dey start to. She was confused what to do next and decided to visit him in his hotel to tell him to stay away from her, that she's a married woman and without her help. She couldn't refuse him, and without hesitation, she got carried away, and this time it can't happen. Boss. She was served breakfast in bed the next morning. So sweet. Such a sweet way to treat a married woman. I don't talk anything, no. It's a Saturday and she had nothing doing for the day. So Dominic took her out all day. That man no fit keep his hand for one place. So he too dey touchy. Okay. It happened again. Well, I don't blame her. If your husband was starving you of sex all this while and you get a chance, most people will take it, but that doesn't justify your actions though. Na film. They happen for real life. The next morning at the office, Amanda was beginning to suspect she's playing behind her back to win over the boss to her side. She don't know wetin dey happen. Because why would Mr. Dominic request she delivers something personally to him at the office? She arrived at the office, and to her greatest surprise, the way Dominic talked to her in front of his secretary like a piece of trash shocked her. He even shocked me sef. I was shocked not just because that he made her wait for long hours, before letting her in, but that he said is a way of making people not to suspect what has been going on. I swear, this girl too like kiss. I wonder if other girls do. Updates. Make dem no go slap me o. Dis girl no dey rest. It was fire fire. She completely forgot about her husband. On Valentine, Tony was eager to see Dominic because he asked her to be his date the previous night. But kasala come burst when Dominic came in with his wife, Diana, who was wearing the same earrings as Tony. How? How? Like how? Dominic gave both of them the same earrings as Valentine gift. Shocked and unhappy, she went out to get some air. She spoke with her cousin Michael about the matter, and from there she found out she has been played. I talk am. She got home and Dominic came after the party. After a few convincing that it was unintentional, they started again right on the couch. At the end, Dominic wasn't sure what to say and said some wrong words, getting her upset. She sent him out. It don't happen finally. I talk am. She don't carry belle. Every time you and this man, now you see am. You see your life? She told him about it and they concluded on getting rid of the baby. But my guy get other plans. He wan japa. She came looking for him at the office but met his wife, who started noticing something was going on between the two. She came back home and boom, her husband is back. It's her day of reckoning, as I thought. But he was actually back to make up with her for all the things he had done in the past. Bro, it's too late. You won't imagine what happened. Sha, let me keep my mouth. He was somehow nice, cooked, and took care of her. And they spent quality time together all day long. And at night, they got down together. To make it seem it's his baby, eh? Good news. Her husband got a new job offer that pays a lot more than his current job and was so happy. But the happiness was short lived when she heard it was the same company as Mr. Dominic's company. Oh my god, what's about to happen? She confronted Dominic and blamed him for running away when she needed him the most. That he should stay away from his family and his child. By this time, she has already told her husband that the child is his. This girl bad. You can't believe they did it right in the office. And after he convinced her to run away with him, the plan was to act normal and run away with him when her husband left for work. His wife has finally caught him. Apparently, the whole Da Silva idea was all his, but all the funds to set up the company came from Diana's father, meaning all he has ever worked for can go in a moment. She instructed him to trash Tony and continue with her. Tony was caught when she was about to escape, and the whole thing was revealed to her husband that the child is not his. And he was even more shocked that it belongs to his new boss, Mr. Dominic. Tony tried explaining all that happened. She also said Rotimi caused it too because he didn't have time for her. He begged him in tears and cried. He quietly went upstairs, packed up his belongings and left the house for her. Kai! 2 years marriage. Gone. Gone. Like that. I thought the woman that cheated should be the one leaving the house, not the other way around. Abi, all these men are living on their wives' money. Michael came visiting and was able to talk sense into her, to let go of her mistakes and pick up her life again, her dreams and career, and face her life. And some years later, Tony is now a successful woman in her own cafe as she imagined. She was taking her daughter to school when her ex-husband came in. He was surprised and impressed at the same time, and I guess he's here to patch things up with her. The movie ends. Thanks for watching Movie Exploits. Please subscribe, abeg.